What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. I am your host, the real Jussy of the Distorted Theorists, and the new trailer number 4 just dropped for Avengers Doomsday. That's right. I don't know nothing about this. Only I seen in the still that Shuri is in this, so I'm assuming it's Wakandan based. But before I do, as always, if you want to support the channel, we do appreciate if you would just take 1 second to hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. And after this trailer, I have a theory. I think we're gonna see if it all checks out. Marvel's been hitting us with some big ones, ladies and gentlemen. You cannot brush aside the magnitude of these little snippet teasers we've been getting. I mean, Captain America holding child, Thor with child, praying for that child's safety and his own. And then, of course, the last week's huge one, the X-Men. Patrick Stewart, Ian McKellen are in the MCU, but not only that, Scott Summers is using a laser beam that could literally, what looks like, rip the world in half. It's a great time to be a Marvel fan, ladies and gentlemen. And now we're going to see what, I guess, Black Panther, Shuri is up to since, well, I think we last seen her in Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. It's going to be interesting. You know, one thing I said to someone who I was talking to this outside is that with all the other Avengers, you know, Endgame and Infinity War and all that, there was a reason all these heroes had come together. They had micro interactions that led us to this big moment where they could call on one another. But since then, as you know, the MCU's been very divided amongst in the MCU and, of course, us as fans, a lot of it. I want to see why or how all these heroes are being brought together. Someone or something must connect them all. I don't know. My bet is a little on Loki just because, you know, he's the god of stories right now, but to be determined. So with that, I am going to get into the official Avengers Doomsday trailer number 4 right now. There she is.
I've lost everyone.
New suit?
That matters to me. The king has his duties to prepare our people for the afterlife. I have mine.
Okay.
King M'Baku of Wakanda.
Ben, Yancey
Oh!
Street between Broome and Grand.
Yo! How and why? And effects. Okay, they're lumping them together. It's coming. Wow. Okay. Lot to unpack there. Well, a little to unpack there, but feels massive. We are seeing the return of Shuri. I don't know if she was wearing the Black Panther suit. It looked very, you know, the material that it's made of looked like that, but it had some, like, I'm going to go out on a limb and look like it had, like, more Atlantean color embroidery in it almost. So I don't know. Namor was sat on this throne. There was, the word king was thrown around like 2 to 3 times there. I mean, we seen from the last film, they basically earned each other's mutual respect. And I guess in a lot of, now it's been a minute since I've seen Wakanda Forever, but if I remember correctly, they kind of said, you know what, let's just live in peace. Let's not get in each other's way. Respect. And, you know, let's just let the nation thrive. You know, why we got to bring each other down. Obviously, whatever happened in the past, etc., etc. Those two being connected makes sense. I mean, if one or the other is going to be into a conflict such as, you know, Doom's arrival or whatever, they would call on each other. But Ben Grimm, the Thing, boom, why is he here? How is he here from not his universe? This is hopefully, I think, our 616 universe. Now, I know we've seen him in the new Avengers, Thunderbolts, whatever you want to call it. The ship, anyway. That's sick. I don't know what, like, how, you know, how. And I got to go out on a limb here. A little theory for you guys. Well, two I got coming. One, we know Marvel swerves us in these trailers, okay? In all their trailers. This one should be no different. This opened up with Shuri walking out to like a desolate, dried up lake bed, something or other. There was nothing in front of her, but she was walking with purpose and very leader. Like she was ahead. There was no one in that first shot with her following behind. She was taking the lead as a king or queen would do. I think we're going to see, now that I've seen that ending, I think the Fantastic Four ship is probably going to be right there in the forefront maybe, and she's approaching it like, what is this? What, you know, why is this ship here? And the same thing again, I'm getting the same vibe when the Talokanil are looking out and there's a pyramid, I think, was there, and then it pans to Namor, who's very stoic. They're all looking outward. Why would they just be looking at a pyramid? Don't make sense. So I think maybe again, that'll be whitewashed and the ship of the Fantastic Four, something will be there. I don't know. That's just my quick prediction from the little snippet. The other thing I want to talk about, I know it's not in the trailer, but I got to talk about it. Trailer number 1, we seen Steve Rogers with a kid. We know that. We know this is going like child-based or something. That's what Dr. Doom, because he went with Franklin Richards first in the end credit scene of First Steps. Then you seen Steve Rogers with a baby. We assume it's his. Thor is praying for protection for Love, his daughter. And as we said in the last reaction, the only reason Cyclops would literally, James Marsden would literally let out a guttural roar that we don't even hear, it's just portrayed, is because Nathaniel Summers or Rachel Gray Summers has been taken or killed or something. Now you're saying, how does that relate to Black Panther? Well, I'm trying to reply in my head. She said something about a king's duty is to, you know, make sure his people travels smoothly into the afterlife or something. I'm paraphrasing. But then she said, and I have my duty as well. What if Shuri's duty is to protect, and we seen him in the end of Wakanda Forever, Black Panther's kid? Right? Right? You know, I'm sorry, my mind is just racing with ideas here. Like, that's the only kid, unless she has a new one. But I mean, I feel like with the teasers we've got, we would have seen that in this one. What if she's T'Challa's son is who she's referring to? The king has his duty, which is M'Baku. He said, I am king of Wakanda, which is new. But then she says, I have my duties. Maybe her duty is to protect the future king, which we assume maybe T'Challa. And like, you can only imagine, Chadwick Boseman got, you know, R.I.P. Dr. Doom would want his kid, would he not? Like, that's a big deal. Oh my God. So it does connect the kids. The kid lineage is still happening. And I don't know if this is the final teaser. Like, is it? Let me know in the comments. I haven't seen any leaks. I stayed away from the leaks since we got ruined with Steve Rogers. But like, where do we go from here? Like, we figure there's going to be a full trailer. The rumor is there's going to be a full-on trailer, a secret trailer for the big game, the Super Bowl. But we got like 3 to 4 weeks till we get there. So is there going to be more teasers every week? Have they just not been leaked yet? Whew. Doomsday is a coming. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining me for my trailer reaction, review, and breakdown for Avengers, Doomsday, the Wakandan and Fantastic Four reveal. I don't know. Peter did his today. If you haven't checked out his reaction yet, head over there. I'm sure it's good. I haven't seen it either, but I will now to see what his thoughts were and if they align with mine. As always, if you want to leave us a comment down below, let me know, are you excited to see Wakandas and the Fantastic Four join forces? What do all these trailers mean, and why are Marvel giving it to us in all these little snippets? If you enjoy our content on the channel, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and like we always say around here, I am the real Jussy of the Distorted Theorists. Keep it real.